he showed me his pet spider, it made me twitch to control the universe using only your thumbs. Example.
You found Twitch, the pulse of the video game revolution. Now for all you gamers who like to play with a little heavy artillery, we put together the Twitch Action Special. Hop into your all-terrain warmobile and desert demolition. Blow it up in Vectorman. Get physical with extreme games. And meet the designers of the hot new combat game, Captain Quasar. Strap yourself into the cockpit. Here we go with the Twitch Action Special.
Action! Action! Action!
Don't shelve that Genesis for the newer, sleeker Saturn, because there's still a patch of blue sky left for the little 16-bit engine that could. Sega's Vectorman is coming your way with gorgeous graphics, a morphing hero, and great guns. You know, I'd have to say this is one of the best Genesis games ever created. Welcome to the year 2049. The Earth's cities, forests, and ice caps are filled with toxic goo. Hey, just like today. All the humans have left for the stars, leaving behind Orbots to clean up the mess. But when a powerful Orbot melded with a nuclear bomb, Warhead was born, and he forged the Earth into an instrument of death for the returning humans. It's now up to Vectorman to save the day. With lightning-fast response time, fluid animation, non-stop special effects, mega gun power-ups, and a rhythmic tech beat, this is one heck of a cart. Vectorman is generously drawn with careful attention to light and shadow, a level of quality previously unseen in the 16-bit platform. Check out the detail when he fires his guns. Since weapon selection is automatic, control is a breeze. You simply shoot and jump. Each area in Vectorman is a cavernous wonderland of platforming energy. All the major attractions are here. Hidden areas, big animated baddies to blast, stuff to ride, and killer morphing power-ups. And best of all, the game is loaded with secret codes, many still undiscovered. Don't bury your Genesis yet. In fact, the big bad 32 and 64-bit platforms could learn a few things from this game. So if you're looking for fast action, rewarding gameplay, and a hero packed with personality, Vectorman has the balls you're looking for.
If you like action games, but you've already run Road Rash into the dirt, then it's time to get extreme. ESPN's Extreme Games for Sony PlayStation is Road Rash Raw. It's got all the skin-scraping speed of a killer race, but this time there's no metal motorcycle to help you out. It's all muscle and style.
Get set, go!
It's you and 15 other extreme freaks flying down the streets of San Francisco. You've chosen a skateboard to start because it's fast and easy to maneuver. To win the extreme games, you gotta be the fastest. Try not to run into anything and be sure to hit the big jumps or you'll be kissing a cable car. Wherever you are and whatever you're riding, you need to learn to fight. It's kill or be killed while you're flying down the street. And don't overdo the fighting, because it takes away your power. But don't be Mr. Nice Guy either. These aren't the polite games. When you earn enough money to afford the best, go into the equipment room and pick up a new road weapon. The Luge is the fastest, but you give up a lot of control. The scenery is awesome, but don't take your eyes off the road for too long. The obstacles will slow you down if they don't stop you completely. Once you've bloodied yourself up enough, go grab a buddy and play one-on-one extreme. Just make sure the punches stay up on the screen. ESPN Extreme Games for Sony PlayStation. You go ahead, we'll have the paramedics standing by. Oh. You like games that make things explode. You like games that are funny.
We took a Twitch trip and found out the makers of Captain Quasar like that stuff too.
I am an artist. I just wanted to come play games. I thought that's what this is all about.
Playing is definitely part of the job at Cyclone Studios, where the new game is Captain Quasar. Captain Quasar has been a couple years in the making, but ask the guys at Cyclone and they'll tell you to blow it to smithereens.
There are two ways to play Captain Quasar. There's one way where you can be smart and use your mind to figure out the puzzles. Or you can play it more of a Rambo method where you can just basically blow up everything in your path.
Captain Quasar is cool. Cool game. It's a lot of shooting and killing, a lot of action.
It's pretty cool just to go around and blow up everything.
You can blow anything and everything away. Get your aggressions out.
Once you've worked out some of your aggressions, maybe you're ready for a good laugh. So is Captain Quasar. His creators hired a San Francisco comedy writer to fill in some funny parts.
I got paid. I got paid to write this comedy stuff for a video game.
Bill's done comedy on the stage, on film, and on the radio. But games were something new to him.
I came in, I wrote my little thing, and whoosh, I went out. I hope to do that again. Whoosh, go in, whoosh, go out. I think it's a very dynamic world, video game world, because it's so young.
That rocket just got away, you blockhead!
We're inventing the world. We're inventing the world. We're inventing the wheel in this business.
We can't afford many more screw-ups like that.
When you're Captain Quasar, the sky is the limit. And Captain Quasar's creators are pretty excited.
I wouldn't change a thing. It's a perfect game.
Don't stop playing. Your life will never be more complete.
Cyclone Studios also created Battlesport. I mean, do these guys like to blow up stuff or what?
A putrid X-Twitch. Video games like Boogerman are smelling what everyone else has known for a long time, that natural gas is one of the deadliest weapons ever made. Fart attacks are becoming very popular killers these days. No one does gas like Chaos does gas. Chaos from Primal Rage launches the fart of fury, probably a lot like your Uncle Henry after a big meal. In 3DO's PO'd, you aren't the one who ate the beans. I can't think of a better reason to blow someone away. Can you? Flatulence is also a favorite function for the old man in Toshinden. Hey, sometimes you just can't keep it in. But if too much farting gets you in trouble, do what everybody does. Blame it on the dog.
Coming up, Earthworm Jim 2, and a visit with the makers of Psychic Detectives.
Are you ready for an underground adventure? Then watch out for the slimy, snot-slinging worm named Jim. And if you see him, walk right up to him and shake his little hand. The first version was so popular that the makers went even deeper and pulled out Earthworm Jim 2. Now all the old characters are there, now with more firepower. EJ2 is just as weird, and don't worry, just as disgusting as the original. Let's play. Your hero is an earthworm, so nothing in this game should surprise you. Barnyard animals are pretty much always your friends. In the first level, the pigs will protect you long enough to save you from Bob the evil fish. Don't question it, just do it.
Funky!
If you're feeling a little stopped up, blow your weapons. Your snot swing will get you out of some sticky situations. And your snot parachute will bail you out of trouble too. Also, in the first level, beware of the flying grannies. They come 2 per flight, and they do fall in patterns, so you should be able to figure out how to get to the top of the stairs. EJ's goal in the puppy love level is to bounce all the puppies to safety. But try not to miss any flying fifis or they'll end up as puppy puddles. Was that poodles? Positioning is everything. Always go for the lead dog. And don't let any bombs drop in this level, or it won't matter whether you saved any puppies or not. If you make it to the circus level, you can let your head get kind of big. Maneuver carefully or your fat head will turn back to a worm head in no time.
Tender.
There's even a level where Jim becomes a blind cave salamander. In fact, there are so many bizarre and slimy things in this game, it's kind of hard to know where to dig. So, take the bait and try Super Nintendo's Earthworm Jim 2 and dish the dirt for yourself.
The history of the world has many great pairings. Beavis and Butthead, Peanut Butter and Jelly, and the wild beep beep of Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Now Sega Genesis lets you run wild with the great Roadrunner Coyote Challenge in their Desert Demolition game. And may the best cartoon win. The cool thing about this game is that you get to pick who you want to be. Choose the bird and spend your life like a fugitive, always just one step away from the capture. Or pick the coyote, a misunderstood hero who would rather fight than switch. What you've got on your side here is speed. After all, he's not the road crawler. If your everyday super speed isn't fast enough for you, put it in overdrive and really tear up the desert. The only thing Roadrunner stops for is his own personal rocket fuel, also known as birdseed. That's a good thing. But don't stay at the feedback too long, meep, meep, or that Wile E. Coyote will come up and get you. That's a bad thing. All right, all right. The fun thing about being the coyote is you got all these contraptions to help you catch that stupid beeping bird. And someday, you know, one of them will work. You just gotta hope you've hitched yourself to the right rocket, or bang, zoom, you could end up as space junk. Play the game to answer the eternal question. What do you play first, the chicken or the egghead coyote? Meep, meep. You make the call. From the Red Rock Rendezvous to Granite Gulch and bonus rounds in between, you'll face 6 desert levels, altogether each hotter than the last. And the faster you run, the faster your heart will meet me. We've got an exclusive Twitch tip for you. If you're a fan of Rayman and you're playing on Atari Jaguar, we know how you can start the game with 50 lives. Go to the main presentation and hit 515253. And if you're a fan of Sony PlayStation, you can start Rayman with 99 lives by punching XNB9FM exclamation Z2. Get those extra lives and get out there with Rayman. I didn't do it. You're a detective. You carry a piece, and chicks ask for your help. Now, wouldn't your job be easier if you had psychic powers? That's the world of Psychic Detective. Part murder movie, part killer game. Let's meet the all-seeing, all-knowing brainiacs that designed Psychic Detective.
Don't judge me too harshly.
Maybe I was trying too hard. Maybe I stubbed my brain on something, because I was hearing voices. Big time.
You are inside the brain of Eric Fox, Psychic Detective. Playing Psychic Detective is a lot like tossing your brainwaves into a murder movie microwave. Putting the game together has been real super sleuth work for the wild minds at Electronic Arts and Colossal Pictures.
Well, we've done something really fresh and new. We've taken a really strong, hardcore video game engineering team and put them together with video and movie making people who have never worked on games before.
This was better than IMAX. Better than any glove or helmet or Game Boy.
Getting all those personalities and experiences to come together to make something really new made everybody have to kind of scratch their head and try and figure out some new tricks, and they pulled it off.
Everyone at Electronic Arts got into the game of creating the psychic and sometimes psycho minds of Psychic Detective.
Players would sit around the table and go, well, what happens if he goes into that room that had the "Don't Come In Here" sign at the top of the door? And the writer would go, well, what he does is he doesn't go in there. And somebody would say, oh, no, make him go in there. Okay, he goes in there, and then what? So we made it up that way with no technology, just kind of old-fashioned, sitting around the campfire swapping stories.
It's a true movie if you just let it go. It goes all the way through, no stopping, no dying, no repeat of what you just did to get past the puzzle or whatever.
The cool part of being the psychic detective is your ability to change perspectives and your ability to touch the evidence at the scene of the crime.
And then when you pick it up and touch it, you just get this full-frame video blast of weirdness, of something that had gone on in the past that was really bizarre. Look into everything, check out every person. You never know who's going to give you a clue that you're going to end up needing later on down the line.
He's not the Romeo he used to be, eh?
Conversation is over.
Psychic Detective is available on a variety of platforms. Or maybe you knew that already. Coming up, a trip to the world's hottest arcade, Sega City, and a look at Mega Man 7.
I'm not happy unless I'm twitching.
Comic books. You probably got 1 million of them under your bed and in your closet. Well, you better watch out. They're not just grabbing dust. They might be trying to grab you. That's the idea behind Comic Zone, a comic book adventure from Sega that will really draw you in. Your name is Sketch, and your life is good because you're a comic book artist, and that's a pretty cool job. Everything's fine until one stormy night when Mortis, the bad guy you created, comes out of your drawing, puts you in your drawing, and you have to fight to get out alive. It's a plus to have Alyssa to tell you how you're doing, but let's face it, you're the one in the box with the bad guy, while she's sitting pretty in mission control somewhere. It's time for you to find out if the fist is mightier than the pen you've been using. First stop, pick up Roadkill. No, not a squished mass on the side of the highway. Your trusty pet rat, Roadkill, who got dragged in here with you. Not only is Roadkill a good friend, but for a rodent, he's pretty good at helping out in some difficult situations. He gets into tight spots that only a rat would go and delivers hidden power-ups. So fight your way through one page, the one full of mutants and monsters. Pat yourself on the back. Well done, Turner. Then move on through the other 5 pages. Follow the arrows or make your own path. It's going to be a tough fight. You should know. You created these animated demons. Now you have to face the consequences. Mortis will always keep his hands in, but feel free to bite the hand that bleeds you. Give it all you've got, because in the end, it's always who walks away and who gets crossed out. Don't get boxed in. Get into the zone with Sega's Comic Zone. Play it as if your life depended on it. After all, this ain't the funny paper.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Steve Saunders here in Southern California, hanging out at the Irvine Entertainment Complex. This is the mecca of video game arcades. Welcome to Sega City.
That time I was feeling just a little bit more than bewildered.
What are you doing here in Sega City tonight?
Playing video games?
Yeah. Duh. How come you come to the arcade? Why don't you just sit home and play these games?
Really? To meet girls.
I mean, you don't get to relish them as like this.
I'd rather be here than stay at home with Mom.
And I like being around people when it does it.
Well, just in case I don't make it back from this game, there's like $11.25. It's yours. Is it a good workout? For your hands, yeah.
Seatbelt on that side, you want to pull it up? This is your gun trigger and this is your missile button. Do you have any questions, sir?
Yeah. I just got done eating dinner. Hey, what's your favorite game?
My favorite game is probably got to be Killer Instinct.
Fighting Vipers. Indy 500.
Sega will be coming out the arcade version with the Sega Saturn. So I hope your living room's big enough. It's a pretty big game. Whoa! I just turfed the lawn.
Kick ass.
Are we allowed to say that on Twitch? Oh.
If you like action games, then you already know about Mega Man. He's been fighting the evil Dr. Wily since Game 1. Now Mega Man 7 is here. With new weapons and locations, we'll see if 7 is Mega Man's lucky number. When you are Mega Man, weapons are everything. You're facing the raunchiest robots Dr. Wily has to offer. They can't all be beaten. You just have to know which weapon is the killer. At every turn, vicious robot bosses are going to try to steamroll you. Beating the bosses should feel doubly good. As you're turning them into scrap metal, you're picking up a new weapon you'll need on a future level. You do have some help out there. Your best friend is a dog robot named Rush. He'll provide a boost when you need it. It's called the Rush Coil, and you can pick up more Rush items as you move along. Look for the Rush Jet in the Junkman stage. You can't beat the Doctor without facing his House of Horrors. This is where your real tests come, so here are some hints. Take away Cloudman's thunder by using the danger wrap you got from breaking Burstman. And forget about beating the tough Turbo stage without the weapon you got from Shademan. Mega Man 7 for Super Nintendo. Oh, one final tip. Discover the secret password and reach a 2-player one-on-one fighting mode. It's worth the search, man.